Lore Mode, Tutorial 1. I'm not going to read any of this stuff because you can read it and it's quite boring if you have to listen to me read it all out loud, but I will be talking about it. So that pop-up was telling me I should cast a lion. To do that, it tells me I need to use 30 mana points. My mana points that I have available are here, and it tells me I get 15 mana points per turn. So to cast my lion, I click on the lion card, click on one of these purple hexes, and cast the spell. Super. So it's saying, well done, you cast a lion, but you can't use it yet because you can't use any of your creatures until the next turn. And this is explaining how I can move, which I will now show you. You click your wizard, and then you can click any of these green hexes here to choose a destination. You click once to bring the arrow up, and then click a second time to confirm. And now it's telling me I should end my turn, which I will do. So it's now the enemy wizard's turn. The enemy wizard is over here. And the enemy wizard has cast a goblin. This is explaining the controls, which you can read about at your leisure. And it's telling me that I need to kill the enemy wizard in order to win this tutorial. It's also telling me I only have 15 mana, and that's not enough to cast any lions, which will require 30. I could cast Bolt, but Bolt has a range of 3. So that would be 1, 2, 3 hexes out here, so I can't actually hit anything with my Bolt. If you click the enemy wizard, you can see this is the enemy wizard's nominal bolt range. We don't know whether or not they've got bolt, but it's always a good idea to assume they have, because it's in lore mode it's not usually instantly fatal, but it's always bad news, and in chaos mode it is instantly fatal 71% of the time if you're wearing default gear. So what we want to do is we want to look at this purple stuff. We want to count on from that the amount of movement the enemy wizard has, which we can see here is 1, 2 hexes, so that's 1, 2, and it shows us that we can't move any further forwards with our wizard without risking getting bolted, and we don't want to risk getting bolted because that in chaos mode, as I said, would lose us the game outright, and in lore mode is bad news. You only want to risk taking a bolt if you've got a really good reason to do so, and I don't think we have in this tutorial. This should be easy to win. So what we're going to do is our wizard's going to sit here and do nothing, and our lion is going to advance, and the important thing here is to look at how far the goblin can move by clicking it and staying 1 hex away from its move radius so it won't get attacked the next turn. So I'm going to move it forward 1, and that leaves us this gap here so that in the computer's next turn the goblin won't be able to attack. If I'd moved the lion all the way up to here, the goblin would get the first hit and would take away some of the lion's health, and we don't want that. There's no point. Although you can't see it, the AI for this tutorial is set to the easiest level, so it's not going to make very sensible moves. Next turn the goblin's just going to rush forward and give the first punch to us, and we should be able to finish it off one way or another. Here it comes. So the goblin has done exactly what we wouldn't normally do. Again, unless we have some really good reason for it, because sometimes you will want to do this, but it's telling us about attacking now, which I'll explain in a moment. That was foolish of it. So we can click our lion. We can see that if we hit the goblin, we'll remove this much of its health, which is about 3/4. So we click on a hex to attack from, and then click on the goblin to confirm the attack. And we can see that our follow-up attack with our wizard will kill the goblin outright, so we're going to do that. And we have enough mana here now to cast another lion. And we've actually got a little extra bit of mana there for killing the lion, and you get slightly more if you make a kill with your wizard like this in hand-to-hand combat. I was talking earlier about bolt range. You can see 1, 2. We're still outside of bolt range, but even if we weren't, we could put our lion here, which would block the enemy's line of sight to us. And again, we're not in a position where we can be attacked first, so in the next turn we should do fairly well. The goblin's going to run forward like a lemming, and we're going to give it... we're going to make sure it has quite a sad day. So I'll attack with this lion first, and I'm going to take this other lion round the side to attack one of these rats. And I know from last time I get 6 mana if I kill the goblin with my wizard, so I'm going to do that. And then that'll give me enough mana to cast another lion, which I can use to block the enemy wizard, because the enemy wizard, it doesn't have enough firepower here to kill any of my lions in the next turn, as far as I can tell. And that's pretty much the end of the game. So the lion's engaged, so that means it means the sum of the agility of the creatures that it's adjacent to is greater than its own agility. The agility stats up here, and so it won't be able to move this turn. But we don't really care, because if both of these lions attack the wizard, we win. Congratulations to us. Okay, so that was a success. And I think that tutorial is normally fairly easy, provided you don't give away the first strike to the enemy.